do a little bit here on explaining how to replace this. Now on all the lighting that I put on, I use wire nuts. I don't use a crimp connector. And I had one customer complain that I'm using wire nuts instead of crimp connectors. There's a really good reason why I use wire nuts. One thing, it's more expensive to do it this way, but it's actually a better way of doing it. I have never had any trouble with these edge lights going bad, but I do occasionally have one of these wink lights that usually the center spot goes bad, and it'll just, for no reason at all, just stop working. And if that's the case, I normally I don't send out one, I send out a matching pair. And this is what they look like. It's got the halo on the outside, which is usually yellow, and the center is white. And I usually tape them together like this just so that they're easy to install and remove. To remove these, I try not to use an adhesive. They're kind of a interference fit. So I push them in there, and then I tie the wires on the back to hold it so it can't creep forward. If they are loose, I'll put a couple small dabs of silicone sealant in there to hold them in place. But normally I try not to use anything. To get them out, you take a piece of pipe or something like this. You unhook your wires, which are wire nutted for a reason. And you slip this in, and then you just kind of pound it on the back. So I'm going to remove this one by using that method so that you can see how easy they are to get out of here, just like that. And as you can see, it pulled right out. And then to install these, you basically just push them in. And as you can see, it's kind of an interference fit. Sometimes you have to get on the edge here and with like a little block of wood or a wood shim or something and just kind of tap it. You got to be really careful not to crack this ring. So, and you don't want to pound on any of this. You kind of want to push it in there by hand, kind of work it in with your thumbs. But I try to get these so that they're just a snug fit like that, and they're not real hard to put in or replace. And of all the things on the whole bike, the only maintenance issue I've ever had is these lights going bad. So, you know, that's why I'm doing this, just to explain how they go in and out. And then again, they're wire nutted for a reason. If I use a crimp connector, what's going to happen if you have to replace the lights, you end up cutting the wires, and then the wires are too short, so you got to replace the whole harness. Or if I wire nut them, then you just unscrew the nuts, put the new deal in, screw them back together, and you're good to go, and you don't have to do any extra. So I'm actually doing that to make the maintenance easier.